This is when you know that you love the item. And if you can answer yes to those questions, then put that thing in your shopping cart and buy it. Oh. Hi gems, welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Janine Marie and welcome to my channel. Here is where I share fashion, inspo, and lifestyle. In today's video, I'm gonna share with you my tips and tricks on thrifting because there is a method to the madness. If that's something that you're interested in, keep watching. So I wouldn't say that there was a necessary order or the order of importance, but these are some key things if you want to thrift like a pro. So one of the first things that I try to do is have a list. If I know there are some items that I've seen in a magazine or online or in the store, I'll write that down so that I have a list of what I'm looking for when I go to the thrift store. Just like you do when you go to the grocery store. You have a list, one, so you don't overspend, so you don't get distracted, and you have a plan. When you find that item in the grocery store, you check it off. You would do the same thing when you go to a thrift store. And also, try to stick to the list. There will be times when you see something and you know you're never gonna find it or see that item again and you have to have it, and that should be something that you love, then of course get the item. But you should also go by the list. If you find something that's not on the list, you can put it in the cart, let it marinate, think about it, and then when you get to the register, you can decide right then and there for sure if you want to buy the item. And it's okay if you don't have a list. Sometimes you're driving and you want to stop into a thrift store. Granted, you don't have a list. It happens. But one of the things that you should keep in mind when thrifting is to make sure that you love the item. This way, you know that you'll wear it. This is just my personal preference. I like to thrift alone. It gives me time to walk around the store. It gives me time to think. I don't feel like I'm being rushed. And it is a process. Some people like to go to the store with someone, and that's okay. If you do find yourself with a partner or with a friend or relative at the thrift store, give them some of the items on your list. This way they can help you find some of the items that you're looking for. A lot of times when shopping, we gravitate towards things that we already have. It's just something that we do as humans. We see something that we're familiar with, we gravitate towards it, and we purchase it. I don't know how many times I've bought the same item 2 or 3 times. It's because I was familiar with the item. I obviously like the item because I own it. We buy that piece again and we get home and we're like, I have the same exact thing. Why did I just buy this item? So having a list will alleviate all of that. It will make the shopping more efficient and you won't come home or you won't end up with 2 and 3 of the same items. And if you're not 100% sure about the item, walk around the store with the item. Let it marinate. A lot of times you're in the thrift store, you find the item, you look at it, you put it back, and then you walk around the store and then you're like, oh man, I really like that. I should have put it in my car. And then you don't know where it is, you can't find it, you don't remember. So whenever you see an item that you like, that you somewhat like, always put it in the cart. And this way you can look at it as you're shopping and you can think about how you'll wear it or where you'll wear it. And by the time you get to the register, you will have made up your mind whether or not you want to buy the item. Another thing that I like to do is to know where I'm going to wear the item. So when you find an item that you love, know in the back of your mind, yes, I'm going to wear this to work. Yes, I'm going to wear this on a Saturday. Yes, I'm going to wear this to date night. Yes, I'm going to wear this to brunch. Yes, I'm going to wear this to church. If you know the event or the function that you're going to wear the item to, then you're more than likely to wear the item and it won't just sit in your closet. Another tip is to have a time frame when going to the store. It's very easy to lose track of time or to get distracted. But have a time frame, stick to the time frame, and learn to leave. Even if you don't buy something, have a time frame. Say to yourself, I'm going to spend 30 minutes in this store. I'm going to spend 45 minutes in this store. Stick to the time. And even if you don't find something, it's okay to leave the store without an item. There's always tomorrow or next week or the next store that you're going to. You're not always going to find items that you're looking for when thrifting, and that's okay. If you don't love the piece, then I wouldn't waste my time buying the item, because a lot of times we buy an item and it sits in the closet for weeks, sometimes months, sometimes years, and we never wear the item. And it's probably because we don't really love the item. And you're probably wondering, well, how do I know if I love the item? Did you love the piece before you saw the price tag? And also ask yourself, would you buy the item if it weren't on sale or if it wasn't at a thrift store? This is when you know that you love the item. And if you can answer yes to those questions, then put that thing in your shopping cart and buy it. Also, know the best time in your area when to thrift. I find that thrifting during the week is much better for me and my schedule. It's not as many people in the thrift store, and I can think better. Going thrifting on a Saturday is too hectic for me. Unless I'm like the first one in the store, I'll go early on a Saturday. So some of the things that I look for when I'm thrifting are metal zippers. That's an indication that they are better quality item. I look for woven or stitched tags and not machine printed labels in the items. Woven or stitched tags is an indication that it is of better quality. Another thing to look for is if the item is double stitched. Double stitched items are structured better. They won't easily rip or fray, and this is an indication that they are better quality clothing. Except for vintage t-shirts. A lot of vintage t-shirts were single stitched before, I think, 1997. So if you're a vintage t-shirt shopper, a lot of times those t-shirts will be single stitched. But nowadays, a lot of the clothing that we buy, they are double stitched, and that is an indication of a better quality item. And I love blazers. If you watch some of my previous videos, a lot of my videos have blazers in them. When I'm looking at blazers, I look for the material that it's made of. You always want to look for natural material. And another indicator that it's a better quality blazer is that it has a lining in the inside. Lining in blazers, that's an indication of a better quality item. And if you're not sure, you can always Google the name that's in any garment that you like or that you're looking for. Google the name, you can see how long they've been around, what year it was founded, where the maker is from, and this is an indication of if it's vintage or if it's of high quality. It's not a crazy list, and it's doable. So we want to have a shopping list. We want to have a time frame. We want to shop alone. We want to look for quality items and love the item. That's the most important thing, I think. Whether it's high quality, whether it's vintage, whether it's name brand or not, make sure you love the item. This way, you'll get a lot of use out of that item. And also, have fun. It should be fun when thrifting. It shouldn't be boring. It shouldn't be draining. You should always have a good time when you're out thrift shopping. Maybe I'll take you guys along with me one of these days when I go thrifting. So let me know in the comment section if you have a method to your thrifting madness, or do you just wing it? Oh, y'all want to talk about my hair? I love my natural hair. When I work out, my hair sweats, so I like to keep my hair in braids. When I'm not wearing it in my afro, I wear it in braids. But I wanted to know if you guys can help me name her. I want to give her a name, like Tabitha Brown. Her hair's name is Donna. So it's either gonna be Claudine, Phyllis, Christy, or Angela. Out of those 4 names, what should we name her? Which you think is a better fit for my hair? I don't want to give her a name because you will be seeing her quite often when I don't have my braids. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel and be on the lookout for my next video. Bye.